Who's ready for the best damn podcast of their life on a Monday? Yes, welcome to the Local Pundit. I am Josh Anthony. Yes, it is a Monday news show for August 11th. And kind of crossing our fingers crossed right here. Got a little bit of update on Kieffer Moore, not a actual confirmed what's going on. And we'll talk about that, what Parky has said. Then we get a broadhead update. And then we're getting linked to another player that I've actually never heard of. So, yeah, it's a Monday. It's a news show. It's kicking off the week. The adults are firing up a work week, and I guess we should too here on the TLP community. But how's everyone doing on this Monday after that loss? Devastating loss, I would say, but a lot of positives came out of that as well, as we keep talking about that too. Which is good. We got to build off that. We're on the eve of a game tomorrow, playing Hull tomorrow, which will be live here on live watch along here on the Local Pundit, as we always do, with a build-up show too. Ken's doing the build-up show, so get ready for that. We'll talk about possibly what the lineup might be. I don't know. There's got some guys I need to get some minutes in there, so I have an idea what I think he might do, but we'll see what's going on. Anyways, thank you for coming in. Thanks. What a great weekend, kickoff weekend, barring the Kieffer Moore injury and also the result. Great weekend on the Local Pundit. I think we did like 7-8 shows yesterday, live watch along. We did the Ring and Rant show, which was good, and then we did a Champ Chat show that came out of nowhere. So awesome to see everybody and their support. Thank you very much. Hey, Marie from SoCal, how are you? And everyone else is in here as well. Was there on Saturday? If you heard the sound it made when they clashed from the stands, it sounded terrifying. Stephen House. I think he's talking about Kieffer Moore's injury. We'll talk about that in a second here. But thank you, Steve. Where are you watching from as well? Love to have you in there too. Victor's also in the house, and Aaron's here. Hazard's here. Danny's here. Dan Moore's here. Nikki D's here. I mean, the whole crew's here, and I'm here. So there we go. And Chris, TLP working hard. Let's effing go. Yes, application, free pugs. Yeah, smash that like button, share it out, get it out there to everybody. Let's go. Let's get to 3,000. That's our next goal. We didn't hit it by the start of the season, but we will get there because this awesome global, fantastic community loves Wrexham and love everybody's support. Okay, now what are we doing here? We're talking about Kieffer Moore to kick this off. Now I'm just quickly talk about Kieffer Moore. I thought was outstanding. He was absolutely outstanding, and I thought he played fantastic. And Parkinson confirmed it. Parkinson, I wouldn't call it a risk, but it was a risk insofar as, he hadn't played with the team, getting out there, just signed him basically. We just signed him, and he was out there, and I thought he was fantastic. Parkinson talked about his build-up play, taking the ball down, a team player. Actually, I think it was either Aaron yesterday that said this, or it was Welsh Techie that said it, who did have a shirt on, said that he was a little selfish. He should have passed the ball instead of shooting it, and that's what led to his injury. But, neither here nor there. He had a great game, in my opinion. And Moore raised the level of attacks, Victor. Yes, he did. It was technically a free shot, not expected to win. Well, I would have loved to win. What's going on, Steve Barton? Okay, so in the news today, what's up, Liz? So Parkinson is keeping his fingers crossed and on the injury to Kieffer Moore. There he is. When it happened, as who said it in the chat here? Who said it in the chat? Was it Stephen House? Stephen House said he heard it. He sounded back. So there he is right there in a heap in the game. It was unfortunate to see, but injuries do happen. And so here's a little bit of the article. It's from the leader. Nick Harrison reported Kieffer Moore is going to have a scan on his damaged ankle ligaments, and Wrexham manager is keeping his fingers crossed and won't be a long-term injury. So right now we don't know. He's probably got the scan today. So he obviously lost 2-1. He did start up top. And again, I thought he was very impressive. So here is some quotes from Parkinson after today in the news about it. He said he's going to have a scan on his ankle, so we won't know the extent of that for a couple of days. So, okay, we're in a waiting game right now. Obviously, we have a game tomorrow. He's not going to be playing in that match. Keeping our fingers crossed on him. Not only did we have a disappointment of losing, we also had the double blow of Kieffer coming off. And yes, I felt that as soon as he lost, he went down. I was like, oh, shoot, it's a double kick in the Paul Mullins. He said, I really can't say any more until the results, until we get the results back. But he said, I thought he was excellent, and he was excellent. I thought he was excellent. He had pace, power, a couple things he should have done, maybe an earlier pass. We could have right before the first half. Windass was in. I mean, spectacular Windass was, but you could see there was, I mean, if they're gelling like that, so much to take off of there. And I'm hoping that we can continue that even without Kieffer Moore in there. And Parkinson said, I know he was a bit low on minutes going into the game, but I thought his overall performance was very good. And he also got a penalty. By the way, that guy that shoved him, the guy that was Stewart, was in the team of the week for the EFL. How is that guy in the team of the week? Unbelievable. And he was in the team of the week. He said his hold-up play was good, and we just got to hope he's okay. I hope he's okay. Obviously, he also added that the club's search for new players wouldn't necessarily change depending on the Kieffer Moore scan. What I take from that is things are already in motion. The Broadhead deal, I think, is going to happen. I think that's going to happen. Akpom came in on loan from Ajax, so to Ipswich Town. So I think that's going to happen. Parkinson quoted, "If the scan comes back and it's really serious, we may slightly change the thought process. But in the main, we're sticking to what we're set out to do this summer. We're adding to the squad. He knows the squad isn't fully there yet. He said that before the match, even before Kieffer Moore went down. I think Broadhead's coming in. I think that's going to be a done deal. We'll get that this week at some point, maybe. I'm hoping Wednesday, Thursday, we get an announcement. Here we go, or a bamba. I hope that does happen. Unfortunately, this is part of the game, and you don't like to see a player that just came in, who just played very well for us for 60-odd minutes, and have to come off. What a break, but let's see how long the injury is. Let's hope it's not too bad. Maybe it's a month, whatever it is. Maybe it's less. I don't know. Maybe it's not as bad as we think, but it seems to be ligaments damage there. We don't know the extent of it. So, again, I think he talked about going into the market. We're already into the market. If we have to go again, they'll go again. I think that's probably what it is. But again, I don't think we knew they weren't done. Parkinson knew they weren't done. So I don't think it changes the mindset of the squad, of the team, of like we knew the squad wasn't there. It's really unfortunate. It's really, really unfortunate that this went down. And, we just got to wait. We're in the waiting game. Fingers crossed. Everyone's crossing their fingers too. The guy who scored was Stevens. Edwards was the one who gave the pen away. Oh, so was it Stevens or Edwards? They gave that guy in the team of the week for just scoring a free kick? Crazy. Parky was pissed that wasn't a straight red. Absolutely. I didn't see that. And he said, Stephen House says the build up to Moore going off was sexy football. There was a few of us in the stands saying how excited the cup games will be. Yeah, that's true. That dude should have had a straight red card, says Ashton. And Moore, a unique player because the whole team suits the play style. Big dude up top. Yes. And Ashton says Windass and Hardy up top, I think, for tomorrow's cup match. I don't think Windass will play. I think it's going to be Hardy. I'm getting ahead of myself. I think it's going to be Hardy, and I think it's going to be Sam Smith. Sam Smith needs the minutes, Ashton. But good shout right there. Esteban's in the house. But Kone's on his way to QPR. That's right. That's true. I was going to say about that. And Edward was having trouble with Moore. Moore was a fucking handful, wasn't he? He was an absolute handful beast. And I haven't seen much of him play. And, but he was a handful. He was up for it. He knew he was probably going to play 65 minutes. He was emptying the tank. Unfortunately, at the end, he had one last kick. Boom. And Bob's your uncle, and he goes out. I don't know what I have no idea. Steve Barton had a minor car accident, bizarre gardening accident, an ingrown hair infection. Jesus Christ. I hope you're okay. Take care of yourself. Steve Cooper's in the house. What's up, Steve? Steve Cooper's in the house. Anyway, so look, we don't have a definitive update. He's getting a scan. We know there's an injury for Kieffer Moore. We don't know how long this will be out. Now, again, don't think those will alter anything compared to who we're going to bring in. I think the Broadhead deal will get done and over the line at some point, hopefully this week. But yeah, and I'll say this too. The Broadhead thing needs to happen. I'm not saying it's the same exact player. The Broadhead thing needs to happen quicker than I thought, because when Macca came on, he looked way off the pace a little bit. And I'm not saying he's not ready for it, but he's usually our impact player. The backup we need for Kakache needs to be elevated. We lost that game when we made subs, and they made subs too. And by the way, that guy Fernandez is headed to West Ham for like 35 M's. The guy that came on, and everything that still did in the game to change the game, it was good. I think Parkinson waited a little too long, maybe 5 minutes too long to make some moves. Not to say that, hey, listen, we should have had 3 goals in the first half. They should have had 2. Could have been a 4-4 game, a 4-3 game. Doesn't matter. But the impressive part was how good we played. We are not going to get bullied in this league every week, but we will go out and bully teams ourselves. We were comfortable without the ball. We impressed. I think that was the most thing. It's like, everyone's going to be a 4-0-er, all this shit, they already had it written out. Wrexham are going to get smashed. We did lose in dramatic fashion. There's no doubt about it. And I think having the injury to Kieffer was just icing on the cake. That was a big shit sandwich. And that was not, it was like in Step Brothers where the bully takes Will Ferrell and tries to eat the white shit. And that's, he did it. That's what happened at the end of that game. We got bullied and we ate that white shit. It was not fun. I did not like it. Ashton, what's up? Ashton, are you new? Where are you watching from, my friend? And happy to have you in, Ashton 570. Wouldn't be surprised if the lineup doesn't change much. We need these new guys to gain more chemistry together, minus a few changes. I don't know about that. I don't think so. But good shout. We don't know. I'll give you my lineup a little bit later, just off the top of my head. I was going to say, I guess Palmer gets to stay after all. I said that yesterday jokingly. It's like, you can't get rid of Palmer. Was he at the Wimbledon game or the MK Dons game? I don't know. In the stands, he looked absolutely miserable. But maybe this means Palmer stays. Oh, God, you just can't get rid of him. Palmer's already hanging out with his new team. I saw that. John Merrill says, Broadhead will hinge on Ipswich getting the Hutchinson replacement. Akpom seems forward by then. Is seeming as a forward. Yeah, you think so? Hutchinson's not gone yet either. So maybe you're right. I mean, listen, they don't want to get bent over for sure and get spanked on that. But listen, I genuinely think we'll get that done. It's just a matter of timing. Hopefully this will whatever happens with Kieffer Moore. Like I said, I hope this accelerates us, but just get the deals done. We need depth. We need depth in the squad, and we need the players to gel, but we also need depth in the squad. The drop off was a little. Longman got rinsed. I think John pointed out yesterday. Longman's good. Yeah, he had an injury, a thigh injury, and that's why he didn't start. But we gotta get the team up to speed and depth. We can't have a drop off like that too. A2Z says Mac is sucked ass. Don't tell him that to his face. That's the possible bad thing that can't happen in 2 weeks in the week 2 for the Reds. Yeah, I hope not. And Broadhead not done, but thought it hold up was Akpom Ajax, says Dr. J. And would be surprised if the lineup doesn't change much minus future. Okay, I think I read that one. And he's from New Jersey. Smith does need minutes. Okay. All right. So that's the update on Kieffer Moore. Let's keep one eye on. We'll keep 2 eyes on that. Obviously tomorrow it's game day, so probably won't have any announcements on that unless something leaks. Probably Wednesday or Thursday we'll get an update on Kieffer Moore and see how the severity of the injury. It's really unfortunate how great he played, and I think a few things here or there, that game could have been totally different. So it's really unfortunate. Okay, Esteban's got to go to work. Firing up a work day like the adults. Free Puck says, best part of the game was your new tagline. That's League One shit right there. I mean, put that on a shirt with danger, right? There we go. Match fitness does have importance. Yes, I thought that towards the end, I think Dobson was dragging ass. That he should have never. He dragging so much ass in that game. We need a backup to him as well. Whether that's Hutchinson, it's going to come in. We haven't seen any of him. He's had a minor injury himself. But yeah, that's something that needs to be that needs to be looked at. We don't have an update. HUZ, we don't have an update yet. There's no timeline yet. That's what the show is about. There's no timeline yet. But in other news, still here, they're talking about the Akpon thing. We're just talking about Broadhead. Could that step closer with Akpon coming in? John was just mentioning the Hutchinson deal possibly going through. Let's see that. But I think we're already going into the market. Parkinson saying that doesn't really affect anything as of yet, but maybe the severity of it, maybe we'll, again, I hate to say this, maybe it is that we do keep Palmer till January. I don't know. I don't want to do that. I'd rather go into the market and grab somebody. Maybe a Michael Smith. I don't know. But also, although Sheffield Wednesday, I thought were really good until he went off. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Whew, that one came out of nowhere. Holy God. Bless me. Okay. Next up was the little bit of the conversation on Broadhead, which we kind of covered in there. But get your thoughts on that. Do we think that the Broadhead deal will get over the line quicker now? And if in the chat, if Kieffer Moore is out, do we keep Palmer, or do you go back into the market and go aggressive, even more aggressive? So what say you? Get us in the chat. Oh shit. Okay. Did he? There you go. Well, maybe we'll get it from Preston. Thanks, John. This is why. What a great community. Just check me out. And yes, behind bars, I did see the Discord was hot today. And by the way, if you're in the Discord, I'm just going to throw this out there too. It's one big community. People have their own thoughts and ideas and whatever. So just keep it light. We're in there having fun, enjoying each other. There's a few times people just get on each other. It happens, but keep it light in there. It's a great community, and I'll tell you this right now: if it's consistent with the same people and over and over again, I'll just get rid of you, because we don't want that in here. But everyone's free to have their say, even in the chat, anywhere, unless you're saying things that are outlandish and disrespectful. Don't do that. I'm not. I'll say it again if I have to, but that's it. None of that crap. But it was going a little off this morning. So, but enjoy yourselves, and that's what we're here for: to enjoy football and everyone have their say. That's why we opened the championship too, so we can all have their say. There you go. What else? Go back into the markets. It's Ashton. Ashton wants us to go back to the market if Kieffer Moore is out for a long time. Fingers crossed. All depends on the transfer window. And Sean Bartlett says the market to do some more shopping. Yeah, I mean we'll be shopping like shit. It'll be freaking Amazon. We'll go out there and we'll buy players. I know we will. We do not have a game. A2Z, where are you? Game on Friday. Game is on Saturday. Game is tomorrow. You're asking a month's out. You got to follow the show, my friend. Got to follow the show. Got to be able to disagree and move on in the Discord. Yep. Agree to disagree. Move on to Discord. Yep. And does replacing Max qualify as outlandish? Sorry, I could resist. Save Max. John and fucking go in. Max. Save Max. There we go. I'm gonna get red carded myself. Can you sign a free agent outside the transfer window? Vardy and Danny Ings. I don't know. Maybe. Save Max is Aaron. All right. Keep that one. Let's know your thoughts on there too. Okay. What else is going on out there? The defense was solid. Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you there. We are being linked. Let's move on a little bit too. It is a news show, so we are covering the news. This one, I have no idea where the hell this came from. I have no idea who this guy is. But we are being linked with I'm going to pronounce his name as Elvis or Elves Baldé. Elvis. I'm going to call him Elvis. I know that's wrong. Get out of here. All this crap. So this Elves Baldé, who is a League 2 Portuguese winger, he's 25 years old. He's a Guinea international, and he's a winger. He's 25 years old. He's an attacking winger. I don't know where this came from other than here. I will bring that down a little bit because that's a little. Wrexham are facing top flight competition in the transfer race for one cap international. Wrexham made inquiries over the Elves Baldé at the ranks on a free transfer. When was this? This is Ellison Hendry. This is 2 days ago. We must have missed it because it's game day. Elves Baldé. I think his name is Elvis. I don't know anything about him. We're looking forward to enhance our attacking lineup. He's on a free transfer from a Portuguese side, Firenze. His contract has expired. It says Team Talk. The 25-year-old has been a familiar. I'm going to pull this down in a second. Has been a familiar face in the Portuguese league, having kicked off his career in the youth teams in Sporting Lisbon. That's a really good side, but failed to break through in the first 11. It's a very competitive team and a very good team. That's for sure. Baldé has subsequent loan spells with a few La Liga Portugal sides, Pacos Fiera and Firenze from 2018 to 2020 before making a permanent move to Firenze in 2021, where he spent the next 4 years. And he is a free agent, and Wrexham are apparently looking at him. He is a tricky winger, according to Team Talk. And that's Rudy Galletti. Rudy Galletti is drawing up interest. There he is right there. I do not know anything about him other than he is a player we're apparently looking at. But if I don't know anything about him, but if he's playing the right wing, let's look over here. I actually looked him up in FOTMOB. He has nothing in FOTMOB either. He can play on the right or the left wing. Okay, I like that. He's 25 years old. I like the age. They say 650,000 quid, 300,000 right now. I don't know anything about him. I don't know his stats. I literally know nothing. There's not much here on him. So we're only facing competition with ourselves, because the only competition I know at this point about him is that I don't know anything about him. But I trust our scouting. I trust what we do and what we bring in. Again, this one is, I have no idea, but we're being connected with him. Like the Lima story a couple weeks ago, coming from Wolves. Don't know where that came from. Don't know if there's legs to it. Haven't heard anything about it. Haven't heard anything about Elves. I'm gonna call him Elvis. It's gonna be Elvis. So let's see if this goes through. We keep an eye on it. I think we need to go and get a defender, and if a defender, a midfielder, and another forward. So whether it be him, I think Broadhead would be great. But let's keep an eye on that. That's a signing you can't fall in love with. I'll get my coat. Is he playing a jumpsuit? I don't know what that means. And I doubt we'll get Baldé habitation. And Viva the Wrexham, yes, says behind bars. And I don't know. So just keep an eye on that. More importantly, today is just about recovery and getting ready for tomorrow's game. And hopefully we can get some minutes in some of the guys that did need the minutes. Use the whole game tomorrow. Touch wood. I'm not even going to say it unscathed. I'll just put that there. Unscathed. I agree with that. And yes, we need a really good CDM. I agree with you. We need good CDM. So yeah, interesting week, interesting first week. We went from highs to middle to lows. We had all the things, all the things. But getting ready for the game tomorrow. If we're going there, let me just ask real quick. Do you want this? Do you want Elves Baldé? Do we want Elves Baldé? Is this a guy we would take on? Do you think he's worth it? I'll just leave it there for everyone to have their ideas in the chat and get involved in that too, as you're subscribing and getting your bells on. But okay, moving on. Tomorrow we have the Hull game. Obviously, we have the Hull game. It's the Carabao Cup. Kicks off at 11:45. We will be covering it here. Ken will do the build-up show. I'm doing the watch-along. I'll probably do a Wrexham reaction at some point tomorrow. So what I think is going to happen tomorrow in the match is I think he's going to start AO. I think Macca's going to start. I think that Stash will get a start. O'Connell or Scar or Scar, something like that. Maybe O'Connell and Scar. I think that's what's going to happen. I think Longman, if his thigh is okay or better, he might get the start, or he could put Aaron James out there in the middle of the park. Maybe it's going to be, I'd give Matty James a rest. I would play Evans. If Hutchinson's there, I'd get Hutchinson some playing time, and I need one out of the midfielder. Maybe a Dobson go back in. I doubt it. He was gassed the other day. So one out of the midfield, not sure. And I think up top is going to be Sam Smith and Ryan Hardy. Although I wouldn't want to risk either of them, to be honest. Hardy, for example. But these guys need to get minutes in there too. So maybe Ashfield. Ashfield will probably get in there too. Ashfield will probably get in there as well. So maybe it's Ashfield is that third part of the equation there. But I wouldn't see. I think the back line might be Stash, O'Connell, and Scar. I think it'll be like that. That's my take on it for that. And probably Macca with the start. And I don't know what he'll do on the right. Maybe an Aaron James. We'll see. Ashfield for sure. I think, I forgot about him. I think Ashfield will get in there. So, look, some of these guys, like Sam Smith came on the other day. I don't want to give him any crap because he hasn't played. I think he's played 60 minutes. He needed to get up to speed real quick. It's not his fault, but he needs minutes. He just had surgery on his leg. Ryan Hardy still needs to get implemented into the team. I think he is impressive. But do I want to stay in the cup and have a cup run for Carabao Cup? Okay, fine. Maybe one or two. But we don't really need a cup run. But I'd love to have one. But I think Parkinson is looking at this tomorrow as getting some minutes in some of the players on the pitch playing together. I would not be playing Windass at all. I wouldn't even dress him unless you had to. But I would not be playing Windass. I would not be playing Matty James. Personally, I would not be playing Dobson either. Kakache benched. Don't have him playing. I would have played Barnett, but Barnett started the game the other day because Longman has an injury. So we'll see what happens there. I think he's going to use this game as getting some minutes with these guys on the pitch together. Didn't play that day. I think you mentioned it today in his interview. So check that out. But it's good. It's good to see. Hopefully Connor Cody. Connor Cody, no way. And I think AO will be in goal. Did I say that? AO will definitely be in goal. It's unfortunate, AO, but Danny Ward really impressed me. And no fault. No fault. The free kick was never going to be stopped. Even if the wall didn't jump or did jump, the free kick was never going to be stopped. If Danny Ward was standing where the ball went in, that's probably the only way. He probably would have stopped that. So I'm not giving it fault at that goal. The second goal is not his fault either. We got carved open. They had fresh legs. We got carved open. I'm not giving Danny Ward any stick about the second goal. And maybe one step over to the left for the free kick, which was spectacular. Absolutely a dream free kick. Beckham-esque. Hit the side of the goddamn netting. Inside, that is. But AO, let me go back to it. It's unfortunate for AO. AO's a great player. He's 22 years old. When Danny Ward came in, I said, is there a possibility? Well, Parkinson made that change. And up until the 90th minute, he was right. The change was the right way, I think. They had 21 shots, 14 on goal. I think Danny Ward kept himself in the game, was always there. I think him and Cody were talking. I heard people saying that there was a lot of vocal. They were very vocal back there, which was great. And, AO's going to come in. He's got to prove himself, I guess, again. He's a great keeper. He's one for the future for sure. But Danny Ward, I think, has the number one. And it's harsh. But Parkinson, this isn't there's sentiment up to a point. I think Parkinson proved that over the weekend. It's unfortunate with the result, but Parkinson wants to win football matches and wants to build up the development for some of the young players. So I think Asher will play and AO will play. And AO hasn't played at this level. Danny Ward has. So I think AO will be in the sticks tomorrow too. Hit the button. Yes, please hit that like button. And John says, I think a full 11 will be there. I agree. Big E says Ashfield will be there too. I agree. So tomorrow's we're at the Stoke Keras, which is great. It's great. So I'm excited to see how that goes. Excited to see the big gap over there. That's where our future cop's going to be, the absolute beautiful future cop. So we'll get a quick look at that, see the new pitch, and all the new things that they're putting together there. So I think it's only to be about 9,000. I don't know what that looks like, but we'll see. Cody says second goal was on Longman, says Cody Massey. I thought it was Macca, but I could be wrong, Cody. I could be wrong. AO is better than Ward. He should be playing higher ceiling for sure. AO is better than Ward. They're both good. I think he went with experience, Hazard. I think he went with experience. Apparently, John is a sexy thing now. Of course he is. Did he shave his head? I don't know. I think AO could have stopped that free kick. You really like AO, don't you? I'm not saying I don't. You think, all right. I think Donnarumma couldn't have stopped that free kick, dude. So, it's the best goalkeeper in the world, in my opinion. But who knows? AO has a much higher ceiling, but he's not quite ready to be our number one goalkeeper in the championship. And I think Parkinson kind of thinks that too. Yes, please click like and subscribe, says Ruth. And AO didn't show the preseason practice. Didn't show it in the preseason or practice, apparently. I didn't think he had I actually didn't think any of the team, any of our side had a good preseason. I think on the pitch, we were not great. And by the way, yesterday in the game, or 2 days ago against Southampton, I thought we fucking crushed it. I actually crushed it. We'll never know, dude. We'll never know. But I like your commitment to it, my friend Hazard. AO is our newer, and I think he went with experience, didn't want to throw him into the fire and destroy his confidence. Well, he didn't look happy on the bench, but we'll see. It's a team game. It's a team game. Up to AO to perform in the games like tomorrow, now to show that he deserves a shirt. Josh is missing all the Elvis jokes. I think I am. He ain't nothing but a hound dog, eh? I ain't nothing but a hound dog. Well, yeah. All right, that's it. Listen, we will be live tomorrow. I think Ken's going to do an hour before the match with the game day buildup. So go check that out. I'm getting messages here. Am I missing something? Did I miss something? do that in a second. I'll take care of that in a second. All right. Yeah, game day build up for an hour tomorrow. And then I'll be doing a live watch along. I'll do a reaction show. It's also too. And make sure you get involved, share this out. Just keep an eye out for the Kieffer Moore stuff as well. And if we make any more additions to the team, which probably won't be in the next few days. But as you know, we are live breaking news all the time here on the Local Pundit. And happy to be a part of it too. Keep growing it out. Thank you. Push that like button on the way out. And yes, save Max. Save Max. I'm never gonna live that down. Jesus H. All right. I love you, John. I love you, John. And on that bombshell, we'll see you all soon.